So I'm going to start with a really silly and obvious question. So learning stops when school's out, and I know that you're going to disagree with that, just as I do. I'll introduce myself. My name's Ross Donald. I'm an educational links officer, which sounds as impressive as it is. And in my spare time, I'm also a volunteer as a scout leader. But I'm not an interloper. I'm trained as a primary school teacher. I studied at Murray House myself. So I'm going to talk to you about a very hot topic at the moment, which is in every school, and every school's worrying about it, and it's recognising wider achievement. But why am I talking to you about it? Well, because the Scout Association, believe it or not, is an educational movement. We're not just about activities. Our whole purpose is to work with young people so they can develop physically, intellectually, emotionally, socially and spiritually, and you should be impressed to have remembered all that, and also to make them active citizens, locally and internationally as well. Here we go, here's a quote for you. The Scout movement wrote an early draft of Curriculum for Excellence 100 years ago. Not my quote, that was Rory MacLeod, the director of CLD Standards Council of Scotland, that said that. So an example is in Inverclyde Council, all the local primary schools are working in partnership with the local scout groups there. And the scout groups are feeding in information each month about what individual pupils are doing, and that's getting filtered through to the schools. But the young people are taking the information in as well. They're going into the schools and during golden time or learning log time, they're updating records and they're sharing their learning that they're doing in Scouts with other pupils and with their classes. It's really quite brilliant. So what can you do, and what can you do in your own schools, your own classes? Well, talk about it. Encourage the children to talk about what they're learning outside of school, not just in Scouts, but there's loads of organisations and different activities that kids are learning from. Value it, okay? And that's an important one, so that children feel confident that they can speak about things in class as well. And run with it. There's so many great learning opportunities that can come from what kids have been doing at the weekend. Finally, I've got to say it, volunteer with us, okay? It's not just great fun and full of adventure, but it is a brilliant way of building up your skills and improving that all-important CV. I think that's under 2 minutes. How's that? There we go. So,